Well, welcome back to the homestead. Today I'm working on this laundry room you can see behind me. We've changed the layout of the laundry room a few times, and this last revision we've gone ahead and added a spot in there to put a upright deep freeze. And because of that, we're going to have to relocate the door going into the utility room. And when we do that, I'm going to go ahead and just replace that entire wall with a 2x6 wall, so that I can also do a change to the plumbing that's in the bathroom directly upstairs. So rather than running the drains from the upstairs room through the exterior wall, we're going to change this wall to a 2x6 wall and be able to run the drains down through it, so that they're not on an exterior wall where they'll freeze or reduce the amount of insulation that we can have. So we're going to do that, and then we're also going to cut a doorway into the wall under the staircase, and that'll allow us to add a small half bath in there. So let's go ahead and get started on that, and if we have enough time after we do that, then we'll jump back upstairs and try and frame out a closet for the study. So let's go ahead and get started. So now I have the wall pulled out. You can still see a little bit of the chalk line from where I originally set the wall. What I've got to do is cut the tops and bottoms of the existing plates out to allow, they were notched for a 2x4 wall. Now I have to come back and make them notched for a 2x6 wall. So we're going to go ahead and cut this bottom plate, and then we're also going to cut the two top plates on that to allow the new wall to sit in just a couple inches, so that the distance between the wall and this wall is going to remain the same. So the 2 inches that I lose will be out of the utility room rather than out of the hallway. So let's go ahead and get those cut out, and then we can start framing the new wall up. Alright, so now that I've gone and notched the top and bottom plates to receive a 2x6 wall instead of a 2x4, the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and lay the studs out on the top and bottom plate here, and get ready to start framing that wall up. Alright, so now that the main wall there is framed out as a 2x6 wall with the door moved like we need, I want to turn my attention over here to this back wall, and I want to see about cutting a doorway in so that I can put a half bath under the stairs here. So let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'll start off, I'll just remove these two studs here, and when I took this laundry room wall down, I went ahead and saved the door frame up. Since it was a 2x4 frame up, it'll fit this back wall. So I'll see if I can't just insert that one that I already had from the wall I took out. Just cut these studs out of this back wall and try and insert it there. So let's see if that'll work out. Alright, so now that those studs are out of the way, let's see if we can slip that door frame right in that opening. Okay, so I've got the doorway put in here just kind of loosely, and you can see there's quite a bit of stringer that's showing from the staircase into the doorway, and I think that's kind of a norm on or bathrooms that are put under staircases. A lot of times you have that depending on the location of the staircase. But what I can do is I've got one more stud that I can pull out, which will allow me to shift this doorway over 1.5 inches, and that'll get me most of this stringer out of my doorway. And this is a rough opening, so it's larger than what the actual doorway will be. And I'm hoping once I pull another 1.5 inches off of it. By the time I put the actual doorway in, hopefully that that stringer won't be in the way then. So let's go ahead and pull that other stud out and then shift this door over. Alright, so we got the doorway in, and it's a little hard to see with everything being studded down here, but anyway, you can see the doorway. This is a stringer for the stairs coming down, and we're just trying to put a toilet and a sink in that little bathroom area right under that. So as you walk in this door, we're going to have a corner sink in this corner, and then there'll be a toilet right here, and then of course a wall coming up behind that. And I haven't framed out that wall yet because she hasn't picked out the toilet that she wants to put in there, and I don't want to frame up the wall until we know exactly what toilet, so that we can determine where we're going to locate it for headroom and everything. So once she picks out the toilet, I'll frame out that last wall in there, and that'll do it for the bathroom, and that's pretty much it for this laundry room. The layout of the laundry room is going to start over here. As you come in the door, the washer and dryer will be here in this corner, and then this corner over here, we're going to have a cabinet that goes from floor to ceiling. The top part of that cabinet will have a hole in it with a laundry chute from the upstairs bathroom, so that dirty clothes will come into the top part of that cabinet. Then next to that cabinet we'll have a couple of just regular base cabinets with countertop on them, and some overhead cabinets, and then here in this corner we'll have an upright freezer. So that's going to do it for the laundry room and the half bath downstairs. And I think I've gotten finished up with that enough time that I can go upstairs and start working on the closet in the office. So let's go ahead and jump upstairs and see if we can get that wall framed out. Alright, so up here in the office, even though it's an office, I am going to go ahead and put a closet in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame up a wall all the way across over here, 3 feet out. And from this stud right here back, which is just over 5 feet, that's going to be the closet portion. Then from here over, that's going to be attic space, and we're going to need that so that the ductwork from the central air can come over and come down into this portion of the house, so that it can get under the flooring here and come back to serve the master bathroom, master closet, and master bedroom, which are directly under the office. So let's go ahead and see if we can lay that wall out and get it framed up. Alright, well, that closet wall is in place now. The wall is going to go all the way across, like I said. There will be a cross wall where this stud is right here, right, the cross wall this way. That'll block off 5 feet of that area for closet. The rest of that area is going to be attic space, and I'm going to have to frame that up the next time I'm out because I don't have enough lumber for it. So I've still got to do that cross wall here, and I've got to redo the corners of these dormers to where they follow the line of the ceiling instead of having a wall that came out like that. And then there's a small knee wall about 6 foot long right there that I've got to put in. Once I've got those things done, the framing upstairs I believe will be complete, and we can move on to something else. Till then, y'all keep checking back.